People call you crazy, but God calls you chosen. They called you crazy, didn't they? Whispered behind closed doors, laughed at your silence, rolled their eyes at your conviction. But what they don't know is that heaven recognized your name before the world ever tried to define you. They didn't see the nights you wrestled with angels or the hours you sat in silence trying to make sense of a voice only your spirit could hear. They mock what they don't understand and label what they secretly fear, because to them, obedience looks like insanity when it doesn't follow the crowd. But to God, that very obedience is the evidence that you've been set apart. Jeremiah was called a madman by his people. David danced like a fool before the ark. Even Jesus' own family thought he had lost his mind. Mark 3:21. So what makes you think being chosen would look normal? You see, you've been marked, not by man, but by the Most High. And that mark comes with weight, with mystery, with rejection, because people don't envy the called, they crucify them. And yet you keep waking up, don't you? With fire in your bones, with dreams that won't let you sleep, with burdens that feel too big for your frame. That's not madness. That's mantle. That's mission. You didn't ask for it. You didn't earn it, but it came for you anyway, because God chooses the foolish things of the world to shame the wise. 1 Corinthians 1:27. So every time they said you were too intense, too emotional, too strange, heaven was saying, that one's mine. You weren't born for acceptance. You were born for assignment. The path you walk is narrow, often lonely, but it's paved in divine fingerprints. You'll find that the closer you get to God, the more misunderstood you become. Because when the light increases, so does the exposure. You can't blend in when you were made to break patterns. You were never meant to be digestible to darkness. That's why your presence disturbs rooms. That's why people distance themselves without knowing why. Spirits recognize spirits, and yours carries authority that threatens what's hiding in others. But let them walk, let them leave. God removes what can't carry the weight of your calling. Sometimes you wonder if you're losing your mind, but the truth is you're finding your mind, your renewed mind. Romans 12:2. And renewed minds think differently. They see storms as training grounds, delays as divine strategy, and heartbreak as holy redirection. You hear God in places others only hear noise. You feel led to do things that make no sense in the natural, but shake atmospheres in the spiritual. That's not insanity, that's insight, that's intimacy. That's what happens when you walk so closely with the Spirit that His thoughts start to echo inside you. Your life is a parable in motion, a sermon wrapped in skin. You don't have the luxury of living like everyone else. You carry answers inside you that solve problems people don't even know they have yet. So yes, your steps will look strange. Your choices will confuse even those who love you. But you're not here for validation. You're here for impact. Your assignment is disruptive by design. You weren't sent to entertain demons, you were sent to cast them out. That's why the warfare never lets up. That's why your sleep is often interrupted. It's not anxiety, it's awakening. You've felt things others shrug off, seen things others call superstition. But you're not crazy. You're sensitive. You're tuned in to frequencies heaven uses to communicate. Elijah heard the sound of rain before there was a cloud in the sky. That's your portion too. Discernment isn't a curse, it's a crown. But it isolates you because not everyone can walk in a realm they haven't been invited to. Don't water down your discernment to make others comfortable. Don't dim your light so no one feels convicted. God didn't anoint you to be accepted. He anointed you to be effective. Even your past, the pain, the trauma, the shame, they all speak of a journey that refined you. They don't disqualify you, they qualify you. Because only someone who's been through fire can carry fire. That's why people who haven't suffered the way you have will never understand why you burn the way you do. They'll mistake your intensity for instability, your passion for pride, your hunger for holiness as arrogance. But God sees, and God knows. and heaven keeps record of every tear. Psalm 56:8. You are not crazy, you are consecrated. So when they whisper, when they distance themselves, when they call you names, remember this. Being called crazy by the world is often confirmation you've been chosen by God. Keep moving. Keep obeying. Keep burning. Because the world doesn't get to name what heaven has marked. And you, beloved, have been marked. If you feel alone, it's because you've been set apart. If you feel misunderstood, it's because you speak a language not of earth, but of the Spirit. Speak it anyway. Walk it anyway. Live it anyway. Because at the end of all of this, when the crowd is gone and the noise is silent, it will be God standing in front of you, not